Welcome to another part of Unravel. This time we're going through and doing 3 more levels, starting with Down the Hole. And this level and the next one, they're kind of linked up in a way. You'll see what I mean. But to be honest with you, it also comes off as a little confusing on where exactly we are. Considering how the music has been and such, I've been thinking this was very much, you know, Ireland-based at least. After this level, I'm not too sure about that. You'll see why. But this is where things start to get, I guess, sad. Because as we continue on forward, not only is it raining, this bitch be thundering. And yeah, look at him. It's very sad to see him like this. Yanni's a very unfortunate character, we can tell. And so far, it looks like this is going to be kind of a harder level, and it definitely is getting harder. Though I'm not too sure if it's getting harder by what the developers intended. I'll say that much. To start things off, though, there is going to be memory over here. And as you can see, things are not looking too good. So, yeah, the story is definitely looking a little dark, what with apparently someone getting arrested or pulled away. And over here we have some trees to get across from. We need to get across a fence here, and in order to do that we have to get across these treetops. And we also have little to no yarn now, so luckily there is, you know, a checkpoint right up here on this tree. Looks like it's kind of phasing through the log, but, you know. And nothing to go from there, so off we go this way, keep swinging, and then there we go. Now get across, and you're through. And the music changes. So, the gimmick for this one, I'm going to call them gimmicks at this point, because to call them bullshit parts or traps, to be fair, this game is going to pull a lot of it. It's going to pull a lot of fucking traps. But the gimmick for this one is acid. Instead of water, it's going to essentially be acid, which, if you touch, you're basically dead. It's not a case of you can get out of it if you touch the bastard. No, if you touch the acid, you are thoroughly dead. And considering the hazmat suits, I was initially thinking, like, before that was Ireland, but now it's kind of feeling like we're in, like, Chernobyl or something, because why the fuck if the hazmat suits and such, you know? Why are we dealing with, like, quite a hazard here? In a forest area, no less, like, I can't really think of many, like, notable forest area sort of places where a incident would have occurred involving toxic waste, besides something like Chernobyl. Also, there we go. Broke that. We don't need it anyway, because the rock's going away. So yeah, I'm kind of confused on where exactly we actually are. But here's the acid. And his eyes are burning. Oh no. The main thing here is to not touch the acid and you'll be fine. We need this bottle though. It'll be useful. But before we get to that bottle at all, there is a token under there. So I'm going to grab that. It does make having to use these at boats and such a bit of a risk. Because eventually we'll have to use that kind of bottle as a boat. But, yeah, the main thing is just the acid, which, luckily, the acid isn't that big of a deal. I do end up dying to it, like, once or twice, but that's mainly because of other things that are problematic at this level. Because the problem with this level isn't so much the acid, it is more so the puzzles themselves, and what exactly the game expects of me with these, fun little puzzles, I guess you can call them. So first off, here's the bottle that we actually need to bring over to the acid water in order for us to use the boat. It will splash, it'll move around and such, and again, if you touch the acid, you are essentially fucked. And, yeah, there's a lot of acid. Luckily, that's not the big issue here. The big issue is that up there. We need to get those barrels, like, all the way down so we can, you know, make more of a bridge for ourselves. Make a trampoline out of these two spots here, and then begin some swinging. This won't do anything, as I can tell, but if I can see over there's another red, which... yeah, I had to move back because I had a feeling. These are big fucking barrels, like I wasn't taking the chance. Considering I know that Yanni can get knocked out so easily by this sort of shit, I wasn't taking the chance. And, yeah, now we got a checkpoint. But there's also an item up there, which, for us to get, I am going to have to do some swinging, because I can't just climb up there. So, without touching the fucking acid, because the game will try to make me, make a nice bit of swinging and we're good to go. I am not moving forward if this tied around this barrel like that. I am just going to go under. You could do it before you get the checkpoint. Yeah. That's the main reason why I died to the acid. Because the lasso failed me once again. That seems to be a common problem for me. The lasso just not wanting to work. Anyway, moving on forward as we go down here, we can see some rocks that are kind of falling. But they don't seem to be much of an issue so far. It's just, you know, getting across these little rocks that are sliding down. Unfortunately, as we continue on here, we can't get across. So what do we do? Oh. Oh no. Yeah, start moving and start being quick. When you get to this rock here, just jump across. But now we're stuck. What do we do? Well, there is one more big rock we have to worry about. And there you go. So now we can move on forward, and yeah, he had to make a bit of a cry, I guess, or clean up himself. For herself. I'm not too sure on the... pretty sure there's no gender on the yarn, but considering how it looks, you could say it's a her because of the sort of dress look that the character has. Also because, you know, we could say this is like the spirit of that old woman. Also, I really wanted to get up here without having to use that thing, but you can't, so jump cut to me like a minute later as I push this back to actually get up. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to just keep it there on the button, but nope. So, yeah. Now it's time for a completely fucking dumb, fucky collectible. After I push this back onto the button, because might as well, we have the issue of an item that requires me to land on a ladder, but the hit spots for the ladder for me to stand on are shit, and you can end up just falling through it instead of standing on it, and it's very easy for that to happen, and you only get the one shot, because if you fuck this up and you don't actually stay on the ladder when you should be, unfortunately, this happens, and now I can't get to it, which requires me to do a forced restart. So, when I get it working now, we can now actually get this. And by the way, you have to jump, or else you can't get it then either, because the momentum is needed. You don't get the momentum if you don't jump as soon as you're about to get there. I hate that one. I genuinely hate that one. I think it's just dog shit. Like, it's not even a case of, you know, skill. It's just a case on if the game is going to work for you or not. And to be fair, some of the collectibles, some of the puzzles, they are genuinely just, you know, if the game will work. So yeah, they're luck-based, and it's stupid. I don't even think it was intended for that ladder to be just a piece of shit either. Oh man, looks like he's having a bad day. Well, anyway, let's get past this helmet because there's a collectible right over to the other side of it. And after we grab this, we're pretty much close to the end at this point. There's only one more puzzle to worry about. And this puzzle in question is essentially where the achievement comes in. Also had a feeling that that was going to be pushable because, you know, there's a tire down the ground. There probably was going to be another one for making a bridge, so yeah, the achievement for this one, by the way, is dig where you stand. Use the excavator to find a secret. Our final secret for this level is inside of a box. And in order for us to get said secret, we need to use the excavator, which is where we're at right now. Once we get past these tracks, we'll be at the excavator area. So the way this is going to work is we need to, first of all, make a bridge on the very box. Here it is. You can kind of see, yeah, you can see there is something in there, but unfortunately we can't get it because, yeah, the game won't let us. But what we can do is tie up a bridge and then try to grab and lasso for that, which, again, if the lasso will work and if your jump will work, you'll be able to get it. Otherwise, it'll take a few tries because this game is awkward. Once you get there, tie a knot on this and then fall back down. Untie these knots because otherwise you can't push that further. And then once these are untied, just, you know, put it back to where it belonged, essentially. Put it back to where it was, if you can. Just put it close to where the rubble is at the very least. And then go back up. We want to keep it there because this excavator here is going to come down and break not only that wall of shit, but also the box. So, yeah, if it's not there, the box won't break because there's no secret collectible, which sucks. But yeah, the puzzle here is pretty easy, honestly. It's just to get across over this chair when the game will work for me to climbing it. And, yeah, there's like 2 levers here. This level will activate the excavator, but as you see, the chair's in the way, so just use the chair lever. And now we can actually do this, so pull, and watch the cutscene. There you go. And now what we gotta do is just go all the way around and, yeah, just get back down and get our thing. Not much else to this other than just to get back down. Done. We got the achievement, we have all the collectibles, and we are based on the level because we are not that far away from the level being over now. Just get across all the crap that's now here. Very easy to pull off, and there's the ending. Now, I said before that the next level has connection with this one, in a sense. And that's because of what happens here with this spider yarn thing. We didn't see any spiders, to be honest, but that's because this bird here ain't giving us this fucking spider just yet. So, yeah, we end this level with basically nothing. The good news, though, is that because of this, we don't teleport back to the book when we end. We are instead right back at the photos. So we can go directly to the next level right above me. And that next level is how much is enough? And I'm gonna be honest with you people, I fucking don't like how much is enough. I genuinely think this is one of the worst levels in the game. It genuinely has just so much dog shit to it. You'll see why. To start things off, we begin right where we ended, I guess. And I could see there was a can to my left, so obviously I had to grab that. And moving it across, we then go to the memory, which I'm confused by it a little bit. Like, there's some policemen, and then there's some guy. I don't know who the guy is, but there he is. Moving on forward, though, we now get into one of the worst fucking collectibles to get. Because it's with more acid. And this is where the acid becomes a problem. Because in order for us to get this one, we have to do something that we never have to do ever again, really. If we swing, that's going to kill us. And as you'll soon see, I'm going to die because of the swinging. In order for us to get across, we can't do this. Instead, we have to press 2 buttons, which is the lasso and the grab at the same time, all while tying our thing up. Then we can get across safely across these 2 last bits here. I had to figure this out on my own after a whole bunch of fucking failed attempts, because genuinely this sucks. And guess what? Once you get over here and you get this, it's near impossible to get back. So, just restart. So yeah, I genuinely fucking hate that collectible. It is horrible. It is genuinely garbage. And I have nothing nice to say about it. The platforming here is so much more easier than that bullshit we just went through. And all it is here is just some lasso bullshit and, you know, some climbables. Nothing much else to it. It's very basic. And hey, there's a checkpoint here. So yeah, now it's time for a really awkward lasso bit. Because after we get across all of these, we have one more jump to make. And it's to get to a climbable spot, and to do that, I essentially have to get very precise. You'll see, like, you see this? I have to get very precise on, like, how much lasso I have, how much speed and height I get, and then just, yeah. And by the way, if you want to get a no collectible run, have fun getting past that one. You can actually just, like, not get that, but, easier said than done, in a sense. But yeah, that one's a gimme, if you want all the collectibles. Now it's time for this bit, which the entirety of this area is not that bad, honestly. It just starts off a bit confusing, and then it, you know, becomes manageable and pretty easy, honestly, from there. When we get inside of here, it's kind of dark. I say kind of, because hey, there's a light source there, but that's just for memory. As someone's shredding shit. Now, unfortunately, there's cockroaches. Not spiders. The light's gone now. I thought maybe pulling this will start the light, but no. I didn't notice on the very bottom left that there was a switch that was glowing red. So, now I need to try and move it to, you know, get across the other side. You know, stay there. And then, just to swing myself over and not get eaten by cockroaches. Because that's actually going to happen. The cockroaches are going to try and eat us. I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, push this down, press that button, get some more light source, push this chair over, because essentially this chair is going to be needed for us to get across and upward spots, and yeah, not a hard thing to deal with. If anything, the next bit after this entire room, I know quite a few people apparently had issues with. And, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. Even though I have fucked up and died in many bits that you'd probably think was super easy and I'm just being dumb, I did not die once on this next bit. And I still haven't. Because this one is just timing. Yeah. Electricity. All I have to do is just, you know, be patient. And when I see, like, the thunder happening, I know when to jump. But first off, tie this up and then get this checkpoint here. It'll make another trampoline for us. We'll use the trampoline to get over this dish here, in which we can then get a collectible from the other side. I kind of had a feeling there was something over there, because why would that be there otherwise? And, Yeah, there you go. Again, though, I kind of knew where all the locations are because I did look that up. Other than that, the rest of the levels I have not looked up, so I have no idea about the puzzles here. I'm at least accustomed to timing with this sort of shit, at least, so I'm not gonna struggle on, you know, jumping over electricity. And by the way, if you mistime it and you fuck up, it's one death. It's like one hit, one kill. Anyway, made it through, no death, and I still haven't died to that entire bit the entire time. A lot of people struggle with it, however, so I just thought I'd mention that. And now it's time for more getting through light shit, though the problem isn't going to be the light, because the light is just there to help us get upward. It's more so this entire machine, and this is where the achievement comes in. It's called Undaunted, and it says, find the secret in the crushing, zapping death machine. This is the crushing, zapping death machine. I'm going to die a lot here. So, first off, impatience, I die from that. Secondly, trying to, you know, safely get across and, you know, go through faster, I die because swinging. I can't control it much. But after that, you know, I just, you know, really take my time and be patient, because, you know, otherwise I'm fucking myself. And, yeah, ultimately, not much else to say, because, there's a lot of death. This is just one massive death trap, and I hate it. I genuinely do not like this bit. I don't like this level because of it, because there's just so much that can fuck you up. And when you're trying to do a deathless run here, this level is one of the worst levels to deliver for a deathless run. There are so many ways the game can fuck you over here. It's legitimately unfair. Anyway, to add to this, our collectible requires me to get this checkpoint and then to essentially just kinda either restart or die. Because once we get this, I then have to kind of wait on this, and then to lasso that, and then just go right back to kind of the start, because the collectible is down below from here. Yeah, there it is. I'm not gonna go and, you know, do it all over again, so yeah, I'm taking the death. And you know, because of how weak Yarny is, by the way, if I even slightly touch something that's deadly, I die. Bump. Dead. So yeah, not much else I can really say about this other than I genuinely do not like this at all. And it's very easy to fuck up by the smallest mistake in this entire thing. It is legitimately not giving a shit about you. However, I will kind of say that this is, in a sense, based on your skill. If you know what's coming, and you know what to do, and you know how to play this game, it's not gonna fuck you that badly. This bit here is a pain in the ass and a piece of shit because, of course, you fucking pile of crap. You can't even stand on that for some reason. But yeah, I make it through and now I'm safe. Kind of. There is one more bit that stumps me and gets me dead, but you'll see it a bit later on. Right now, though, we're near the end. What we need to grab is up above on a nest, and yeah, it gets rid of that bird. So now all I gotta do is, oh, memory. They fighting. Yeah, that's how, you know, workplace politics works, I guess. Anyway, we need to pull these in order for us to get another collectible. I believe this is the last one. I'm also gonna need this checkpoint here. And now, we can leave. But first, I must get rid of electricity. And how do I do that? By doing this puzzle, which requires me to tie this up. And then to essentially just go around this twice. I'm sure there's a smarter way of doing this one the one time, but initially it was just go around it twice and it will actually stay up. And it can actually go down and, you know, grab the thing. See? And if the game can just give me the lasso, there we go. There we go. And now, we can leave. Unfortunately, there's this fan thing here. And the roaches are back. I did not know how to get up this initially. I thought there was a lasso bit here, but no, and then I died to the roaches. So yeah. I fucked up one more time trying to get up to this because I'm like, what do I do here? Do I knock it down? No. No, you just have to get up top by, you know, climbing up a little bit more and then just jumping on top of it. And that's it. Really awkward jump at the end, but there you go. We now have, I guess it's the cockroach yarn. You could just call it the bug yarn. It looks like a spider, and there's no spiders in this entire game, so fine. But there you go, we have that now. So yeah, 2 levels to get that one thing. How nice. That was like nearly 30 minutes long. Jesus. Now, I was a little confused here because so far I thought everything was going to be in this one room and that, you know, there wouldn't be anything else really. Because I didn't feel like there was anything else. It felt like, you know, I kind of, you know, would have to essentially just look around, maybe go to the attic or whatever, like go up to where the old lady went because there might be a way up there. And it's just like one big room with levels. But, no. No, there is a doorway to my right. And, it will kind of just, like, teleport me to the other room with more levels, like the rest of the levels, essentially. I thought it'd be, like, a consistent thing when we go upstairs to where the old lady is and such. But, no, we just go right. So, yeah. There's a piano here we can interact with and all of that, but for the most part, our next level is up above on the piano. On the Nilsson and Sonner. And over to my left is that level, which is our last level for this part, which is called The Letter. And I can at least say at the last level we did, you know, based on skill, I can't say the same for this one. I mean, there is some skill here, and there is also some dumb bullshit here because of lasso failure and all. But there's also something that I genuinely think is just entirely luck-based and just bullshit all around. Anyway, there's an achievement here as well, and the achievement is called Snowfall. No, wait, not Snowfall. It is Obsessive, which is break all the ice on the way to the letterbox in one go. All we have to do to break it is just jump on it until it breaks. So, the first jump will shatter it, and the second jump will actually destroy it. Jump away once you're on the water area ones, or else you're gonna drown. Ultimately, that's how it works, and I did get the achievement despite my deaths here. But if you feel uneasy, or if you think you can't get the achievement, or it didn't unlock it for you at all when you did die, essentially just, you know, don't die. Do a deathless run while doing the ice thing. Good luck doing a deathless run, however, considering what we gotta deal with later on. But, yeah, now I get to this bit, which I tied this up because I'm like, okay, considering this game, I'm guessing I just need to tie this up first so I can then type a thing above, and then it will keep something down, which obviously was going to be the case. But then, yeah. So, I kind of knew that this wasn't gonna work, but at the same time I was like, maybe I could just try it anyway. Maybe I can just tie this up and, you know, get around. But no, as you can see, it's just gonna do that, so... I had to go back down and untie it. I mean, I didn't have to, but... You know, it was basically just fucked from there. And then I need to do the thing of just holding on to it after tying it, and then going down, and then keeping it down so that I was legitimately just holding the bun, but he kept pulling it up instead, and I don't know why. There we go. Keep it down. Keep it down. And tie. There we go. Now I could just climb up there and everything, but instead I'm doing it this way. And now we're getting close to the bullshit. So first off, there is some ice here, and there's also like a tether thing I can lasso onto, but it's very much pointless. I was confused by it, essentially. So I'm focusing on that, and I noticed that, and I'm like, is there a collectible up here I have to take care of? I know there are collectibles here, and there's one for a specific thing. Is this it? No, and obviously I die because of that. I do try to lasso the thing right after, and yeah, there's no point to it. It's just so in case you can get across safely, but it's only so you can get across from the ice just from left to right. You can't lasso that from right to left. It's too far away. So, fucking useless much. Anyway, now it's time for the birds. And I'm going to say this right now. The birds are 100% luck-based. And they're going to be the reason you're getting fucked here. So, initially, the first bird will come. But then after that, it is entirely dumb luck on if the birds are going to fuck you or not. And for me, I was gonna get fucked a lot. Because after that initial start, now it's gonna be entirely random. In fact, from here, this initial one, the bird does come back, but there are moments where it doesn't come back. There are moments where there are 2 birds coming from me instead of 1 from this bit. But there's sometimes only 1. If there's even 3 birds. And I'm not joking with you, by the way, when I'm about to say this. I was stuck on this fucking bucket for a good 10 minutes during my no-death run. Because the birds kept coming. The game kept spawning the birds at me. See, no bird there, down, got 2 birds. Thanks, game. But yeah, the fucking birds kept spawning, and it was giving me no time or room at all to move. So I was basically stuck in the bucket for 10 fucking minutes, and I could not move at all. There's legitimately like no timing to this. There's no strategy to this. There's nothing to manipulate with this either. It's entirely luck if the birds will play nice with you or not. And during my deathless run, they really did not play nice. They completely fucked me for like 10 minutes. I was stuck there. They would not stop. So, yeah. That alone is mainly why I hate this level. If I didn't have to worry about deathless, like, it's annoying, but it's short. Because I have to worry about deathless, because I have to worry about not dying, those birds are the fucking bane of this level. They are irredeemably bad. Because they're just wastes of time, ultimately. They're very forced wastes of time. And you have no choice but to just wait. And it sucks. Because you want to get across and you want that time, but you gotta wait for the game to give you that time. You know, it's not a case of like, you know, having good timing on things or whatever. No, it's just forced waiting. It's wasting your fucking time. And after that, then we get this puzzle, which is very easy. Because all I gotta do is just bring this down and make a whole fucking platform-like bridge from the bottom to the top there for this one box. And then I just gotta hope that the box will actually play nice and, you know, actually come to the right spots and all, which it did here. It didn't like doing that during my, you know, actual no-death run, but here it liked to play nice. And by the way, if you do go for this and, you know, you want to find a way of getting this box down without having to go all the way back and such, just untie that bridge there after grabbing this, and then push the box down carefully. Don't pull, because if you pull, this can happen to you. And because of that, I lose the box. So now I gotta do it the quote-unquote intended way, even though I really didn't. I really didn't want to do it the intended way. So, yeah, I did it the intended way because of that. Which meant untying all of these. And then I started to untie this and think I can make a bridge from here. No. No, it's limp dicking it. It's completely limp dicking it. So I gotta make that bridge again, then put a bridge onto the fucking lamp, and then put it over to the other side, and then we can actually do this. If you're doing this your first time making that collectible, just push the box carefully down and it will land there nicely and it won't fuck you. Don't mess it up, because then you are wasting time. And that I think is a big key thing of this level. It's a lot of wasting your fucking time of this one. Especially the birds. Especially the fucking birds. Anyway, once you get up to here, we then have to deal with basically an area where we can get 2 tokens in this one little area. Well, big area, really. Because there's one at the bottom, one at the top. And before we can actually do anything with that shit, we have to essentially get to the very top in order for us to get a checkpoint, in which then we can use that utilize that checkpoint to get both of them. There is one issue with it, though, and it's the fact that, there is something the game doesn't really tell you about, and I'll mention it soon. But if you avoid it so far, then you have no idea that it's going to really be an issue here. But right now, there is this thing. So, I think there's 2 exits. One of them is to pull that over to the very right to break that open, and you can actually leave, I think. Like, I looked it up, and I think that's one of the exits. The other one is to get that 1 token. So, you know, I'm going for that exit instead. Now, once I push this bucket down, we then have the unfortunality of finding out this game has fall damage, because, guess what? As soon as I go down, dead. Unless I start trying to pull myself up as I'm falling. I don't know why that, like, disables the fall damage thing. I don't know how that works. I don't know. But there you go. And now I can go ahead and grab this. And because of that checkpoint, we can now grab ourselves right back up. And then we can actually, with the claw we have there as well, make a trampoline for us to get to the very rooftop in order for us to essentially get the other collectible as well as our exit right next to it. So, yeah. The one issue here, though, is just getting this to stay there and also getting up to the lamp, because the game really likes this bottom one over the top one. So, this took me a few tries, because the game kept wanting to grab that bottom one and not the fucking top. I managed, though, and now all I gotta do is just tie these 2 up, And that's it. Get up top, grab that, climb up. Over to my very right is the collectible. Pretty easy, honestly. And once we get over there, get ready, because guess what? There's more falling. So, you know, be careful of fall damage. Carefully go down and get the checkpoint. Now, open these up, but try not to be too close, or else, you know, the doors slam on your head and you die instantly, because Yarny is fucking weak. Yarny can pull these, but if this, like, taps her fucking head or whatever, you're dead. And, yeah, make a trampoline. Get onto that lever there and let it just fall down. Though, that bridge might get in the way now. So, drop down to continue it up for that bucket to get up there. And also grab this icon here, after you get down here. Now it's time for the bucket, everybody. The goal here is to not only bring it upside down like that, but to also get myself inside of it. It's to be used as armor, essentially, against the birds, because there's one more bird bit, and it's impossible without doing this. Unfortunately, physics exists, so I take a while to get myself in the bucket, because the game just did not want to play nice with me to get in the fucking bucket. It annoyed me. It genuinely fucking annoyed me. I have nothing nice to say about this bit. It's just annoying. But I eventually do get myself in, and now we can actually move on forward. And from here, the birds. Usually they try to attack you, but for some reason the game decided that now we're not gonna bother until like the very last second. So, like one or two birds tried to attack me at the very end, but ultimately, it didn't care. It didn't bother. Fuck these birds. And that's it. Now comes this bit. Break this ice, but then you need to kind of go back, because, you need to, you know, get this sorted, but unfortunately I did it wrong, and now I'm dead. So do it correctly by just breaking this one, to be honest, and being on the left side so you can lasso that. I didn't do that. I instead did this, which is not needed, but, you know, I went back, and I pulled it up, and there you go. And to be fair, I needed to tie that up anyway, because that will make us a bridge. There we go. And now, I can utilize it for us to get upwards, swing around, and get the last collectible up there. And there you go, we're done. Break the rest of the ice, and move on forward. Once you break all of this ice, you should get the achievement. If not, you'll get the achievement at the very end of the level at least. I would have gotten the achievement here, but again, the achievements didn't want to fucking work in this game for me on Game Pass, so what can you do? Again, I have no idea if Game Pass is just bugging out, or if Game Pass just got rid of the achievements. But yeah, like, I legitimately had no achievements. Like, it didn't even list any achievements, for fuck's sake. So yeah. Now, just tie these up correctly, so that you can actually, you know, get this up here proper. And, yeah. Once you get this barrel up here, then you can, you know, essentially utilize it to get upward. And then we're at the near end at that point. We're at the near end where the level will end. Ultimately, not as long as the last part with the free level thing. Because these levels are kind of average length. They're not that long. Also, Yanni decided to fall asleep on me. I don't know why. Memory. Dog. And over here, we can hear a bird. And serves him right. Unfortunately, we have to save the bastard. I don't know why Yanni is saving this bird. Considering how the birds have been beforehand, I'm worried this bird will pretty much kill me. But, sure, we'll save it. It keeps pushing me around. And we pet it, and then it bites me. Of course. So I guess it has like a white bit of feathering to it, I guess. So it's a nice bird, I guess. And it brings us to the bird yarn. And it brings us to the end of this part because, yeah, that's essentially all that we're doing this time. And, by the way, we're going back to 2 levels next time. Because, I mean, there's not much game left. And I actually get my shit together with how I want to record these, so... yeah. We're gonna do this in proper order now. The light was trying to be all fancy. And now, we are nearly done putting a whole bunch of yarn shit on the book. Next time, we're gonna be doing... I don't think they're as bad as these levels, but we're gonna be doing some more awkward levels. And, yeah, it's gonna be... it's not gonna be fun. At this point, the fun factor of this game has just kind of fucked off, so... get ready, it's just gonna be some mile-long bullshit from Winter Sun onward. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time for that.